Hey guys, good afternoon. Beautiful day in Cuyapo, Nueva Ecija. Let you take a look at the rice fields. They got harvested. They did this in, God, like 2 hours. It was very impressive. Anyway, they came out with 2 Kubota harvesters, 3 tractors with trailers, and a big truck. And it was like 4:30 in the afternoon when they started, I think. And of course, it gets dark at 5:30. And they kept going. They had lights and didn't stop them. And they got that rice harvested fast. And next morning we had cattle grazing on the leftovers. Anyway, wanted to show you what we're doing. We've started a new project. I know, glutton for punishment, I think, but I have a space over here on the side of the house between the little half wall that runs around the house and the master bedroom side that really served no purpose. And I'm running out of room in my, I even extended my pump room when we built the house, simply because I realized the original plan, it was just too small to hold everything that needed to go in there. And so now that we've got everything in there, the pool pump, the pool filter, the water filtration system, the pressure tank, the solar system with the lithium battery. So anyway, a lot of stuff in there. It just hasn't left me with a lot of room for garden tools and chemicals and things that I use and will be using moving forward. So just I thought this would be a good place to have a little extra storage. It's not huge by any means, but I think it's going to be a good use of the space. And Fernan and his group, the fence guys, the wall guys, the guys that do everything except fix my car. I don't know why they couldn't fix my car, but anyway, that's another story. They're the ones working on this storage room for me. And once the storage room's done, I know several of y'all have asked me in the comments, was I going to do the Bolo on this side of the house? And the answer is yes. But because the little wall the Bolo goes on top of is part of this build, we wanted to get this built first, and then they will extend the Bolo over to this side to give us some more privacy. I had several people ask me comments about that, but hey, I saw motorcycles passing behind you when you were talking on the video the other day. And yes, this part of the road can still see into my house. But soon that won't be an option. So let me whip this around, kind of show you what they've got going here. They just started today, and they are working on getting the walls in with the rebar and the hollow block. You know how it goes. And now they're going to be tying into this wall for this side of the storage building. When the storage building is done, it is going to look just like the rest of the house. Obviously, we wanted the goal is to make it look as if it were built when the house was built. The roof line's going to match, the guttering material, all of this will be the same. It'll even down to the polycarbonate. There'll be a little overhang at the front where the door is coming out over here. They'll also concrete this part down here, and we've already got a floor drain where the outside shower is, so any water that sheds off of that will go into that as naturally the flow is going to be this way. And then the guttering on that side will tie into the current guttering system on that side of the building. So guys, say hi.
Hi.
This is Fernan right here, and his crew changes depending on what the job is, but everybody that's been out here has done a great job, and I know several of you guys have contacted them for some things. So I don't think you'll regret that. I think you'll be pleased with what they do for you. So hey everybody, good afternoon. Kind of a cloudy, semi sort of gloomy day here in Cuyapo, Nueva Ecija. Day 2 of my little storage building addition to the house. Still got several more layers of hollow block, and they're also going to put a concrete header, I believe, on the top of this, just for stability. So I'm going to turn this around real quick and show you what's going on here. You can see how it attaches to the side wall here. And this will go up a little bit higher. And the roof will actually follow the same exact slant line as the main house ceiling. They'll be taking this sewer vent pipe that comes out here on the side, and they will run it out over to this side as well. Hey, good morning, guys. Beautiful solar day here in Cuyapo, Nueva Ecija. I always like to see clear skies. It means the solar batteries are going to charge quickly. And you know, I can do some high energy things that I need to do around the house. Pool pump, backwashing, filtration systems, and that type of thing. So you can see they've got the hollow block walls and rebar in. They started plastering last night. They couldn't plaster any higher because they need this mortar up at the top. These hollow blocks were laid yesterday, so mortar's got to dry before they plaster. Now they're building their frame for their header. They're going to do a concrete header up at the top just for extra stability. You can see where it all ties in with the rebar up here at the top. Yeah, so not a whole lot to look at right now, but for those of you that are interested in how they do things, this kind of gives you a glimpse. Looks like they got the outside over here plastered. That's good. They got some of the inside done. So once all this is concrete's poured on the header and the plastering's done, that'll all sit for several days to dry, and they'll take their forms off. In the meantime, they'll order their angle bars to be able to build the frame for the roof, of the structure, and they'll run power. We've got several power sources here. This is our CR in the master bedroom, so they'll pop out there and they'll run power for a couple of outlets and an LED light, and they've already, I think, got the door ordered. So yeah, it's coming together. Guys, I also wanted to update you on some other things besides the storage building that we're building. I thought you might like to see the Christmas tree. Isn't that pretty? This will be the first year the family here has had a Christmas tree. So I brought all those decorations from Texas, actually. Still got to get some ribbon for it, but it's looking pretty. Starting to feel like Christmas. Got our manger scene over here. Yeah, I actually got this on a Volksmarch in West Germany back in 1988. I was stationed there during the Cold War. At the beginning of my service to the Air Force. I think I came in May of '87. That's where I ended up. Oh, and if you're wondering why we have the tree up already, if you're not living in the Philippines, if you're one of my subscribers that's out in the US or wherever, the Philippines start celebrating Christmas in September. They call them the Burr months, and malls are already started to be decorated, and so by the time October rolls around, it's full swing. That's the music that's playing in the malls, and yeah, it's Christmas for about 3 months, and it took me a little getting used to, for sure. But what was really strange was decorating my Christmas tree in shorts and flip-flops. Never done that, because in Texas this time of year it's starting to get cool. Matter of fact, there's been many, I would say most times, where we had a fire going and Christmas music playing. Of course, this was after Thanksgiving typically that we would decorate our tree there. And yeah, took a little, it was interesting trying to find a tree. Of course, there are no real Christmas trees here, so I needed to do artificial, and most of them are made in China. and they just hadn't quite got the grasp of the artificial Christmas tree there. But I did find one finally at a place called Metro in Marquee Mall in Angeles, and they had it on clearance and got it for a really good price, and it should last us for many, many years. Kind of excited about that. So I wanted to show you also what's going on here. Fernan and his group is the one that building the storage building. They're also the ones that did my front wall, and they are, as they're working on that in between things, they're touching up all of this as well. So the column, they had actually gotten the paint place had given them the wrong color paint, so they just used that as their first coat. Now they're coming back in with a second and third coat. Need to clean up the top of the columns with some skim coat, and then really this will be done. This project here, the front wall, will be finished. I did buy some solar lights, solar lamps that go on the top of the columns that I'll need to get installed here shortly, which should kind of light up just right here in front of the wall. Nothing super bright, but they're LEDs, and they're I didn't have to run power to them. They got the option to do that, but I didn't have to. And of course, this is the active work site for the storage building, and this is the front side of that. As you can see, it just kind of looks like the house is extended onto the wall. So yeah, they're touching up all of this. They got some things to do over here as well. Painting of the frame. They're gonna put a coat of stain, not stain, but kind of a polyurethane, I guess, to help protect and coat the Bolo. That's being done as well. Hey guys, good evening. We're wrapping up a Friday, Veterans Day back in the US, the 11th, and listen to all my my fellow vets. Thank you so much for your service, for your sacrifice. I know what it is to leave your family, your home, and go and do things that most people wouldn't do in defense of your country and the values that they stand for. And I know things are kind of crazy right now in the U.S. I know my parents, you know, they're on a fixed income, and you know, life's just tough. It's tough back there, and you question almost daily what are people thinking, and why are they doing the things that they're doing. And I don't really have an answer. I'm sure there's somebody that does. It's way above my head. But I think most of the people in the U.S. still have respect for those who serve. I know the military's changing. I saw it after spending 33 years in the Air Force. I can honestly say, when I left, I didn't recognize it compared to where I entered, which was in 1987. And I know things change. It's not that. I've just always felt the military was kind of a step ahead when it came to social issues and treating everybody the same and fairly, and you know what, if you were my wingman, I didn't care about half the things that people make a big deal out of nowadays. I just you know, as long as you had my back, I had your back. We're good. Anyway, don't mean to get off on that tangent. I could probably do a whole series of vlogs on that. I really just want to finish up. We're not finished with the storage building, but we're at a kind of a stopping point. We're doing this in phases with Fernan's group. Today's Friday. They finished up today. Kind of show you where they finished up. Not exactly sure when they're going to be back to do the next phase. I'm hoping it's next week we can get that going. but I know he has to order some materials. So it kind of all depends on when those things, the things that he orders, comes in. So let's show you what they got. Let me. Oh gosh, this is just a beautiful evening. There's my cow friends. Ever since they harvested the rice, there's guys that have cows, and then they'll just take them around to these different rice fields after they harvest and let the cattle eat. I guess they're eating the rice stalks. I'm not sure what it is that they're eating, but that one right there looks like he's scratching his nose. Anyway, what a beautiful evening. I don't know if you, I never know when I film this if you guys can see what I see, because sometimes what the camera shows and what I see are oftentimes different. But there's the Sierra Madre mountain range. Right in through there. It's got cloud, every day it's got cloud cover for the most part, and then those clouds usually will come over in the evening in the form of rain. But today, looks like we're good. No rain today. Oh, got me a new little hammock right down there in my mango trees. I like to go down there and rest after I work out, just kind of relax a little bit. Okay, so this is new. They started to get the Bolo partition up on this side. I had several of you asking me if we were doing this on this side of the property, and then I also had some that knew that somehow that I was. I guess I'd mentioned it earlier, and were concerned about the view being affected. But honestly, let me just explain this to you. On the other side of this partition is the road, and my property fronts the road for quite a long distance, and everybody coming down this road could see right into our house. Because if you spin around here, I've got 3 huge doors. We keep them open all day long, and once we get screens on them, screen enclosures, we'll keep them open in the evenings as well. So really good visibility into my home. And you know, I just kind of wanted some privacy. Not that I don't like to see folks. I'm actually pretty friendly. Being from Texas, we kind of don't meet a stranger. And I wave and say hi to just about everybody. But after a while, it gets, you know, you got 300 times a day people gazing into your life. It gets you just want a little privacy. So that's what we did. And also was an opportunity, like I think I shared with you before, to add a natural element with the bamboo for the property. This is all begun over here on this side. This is where the storage building is being built, and they've got the walls done. They've got them plastered, got them at the right height, got the angle with the roof. It's drying. It's going to take several days to dry. They poured this afternoon, so this is freshly wet. This is the concrete floor inside. And once all this dries, they will be back to, I believe they're going to skim coat the inside before they actually put the roof rafters and the roofing material and gutters on, just because they have light to be able to do the skim coating. As you can see, some of it doesn't need to be skim coated because it's already been done with the house. And then once they get that skim coated, they'll come in, put their metal rafters, weld those to the rebar at top, just like the main house was done. They'll put their the white metal roofing on top. They'll do the gray guttering to match identical with the house, along with the underside, the brown purling. And then there'll be another gutter extension on that side where that roof sheds water. So it is designed to look just like the house. It was, matter of fact, my words to Fernan and his group was, I don't want anybody to be able to tell this was an afterthought. They'll also come out here with the metal, just like we did up here, along with the polycarbonate. So it truly will be identical in almost every way to the house. They will be running power in through this wall for some outlets. I'm going to hope to have a little workbench in the back, storage shelving all on the sides. The door will match all the doors in the house. So again, it's going to look just like the rest of the house, and again, with the goal being that nobody knows it was an afterthought, except you guys. Y'all now know. So on the other side, I don't think I'm going to walk up there, but on the other side of this is the front yard, and there's a small section between the front wall and this addition where this Bolo partition is also located. So we now have the Bolo on both sides. It does stop right here, and there's a good reason for that. I sit right here. This right now is the only lawn furniture, along with, oh, hey, honey. There's my wife. Say hi to the vloggers. I mean, the subscribers. She's so busy. And finally got her. If y'all haven't seen the Davao travel vlog we did on our month's anniversary, she's in there probably more than she's been in any vlog, so I'm so proud of her. Anyway, I sit right here, and I look out right here every morning. And so this is the view that's most important to me. This coming to this point on the wall allowed us to get the privacy we needed from the road, but not lose my view. That's how we decided to make it right there. But we still have our view from the volcano to the terraced rice fields, to the pond, to our mango grove, and the Sierra Madres mountains. It's all still there, and we all get to see it. So that's why we did what we did. Additionally, the wall on this side is really high from the ground. So somebody's really going to have to work hard if they decide they want to crawl over that wall. This did make this wall, especially in front of the pump room, made it a lot taller. Again, just to give us some privacy. So that's it. I hope you enjoy what you see. We've got several other little vlogs coming out. I'm going to do kind of an update on this, or recap of the solar. We've had the solar now for about 3 months, and I kind of want to share with y'all. It's hard to do apples to apples, simply because you know, where we lived before, we didn't have near the energy usage that we have here. We have a lot more appliances and things that take electricity, like the water well and pool pump and things like that. We didn't have any of that in Bungalow where we were renting. So hard to do apples to apples, but I can kind of show you where we're saving electrical wise and how that system's working. I've learned a lot in 3 months on just how to be smart about working the system, and I can share some of those tips with you guys as well. It is a very different system than the one I had in the Dominican, so I had to kind of relearn this one, or learn this one, because it's different. And I think I've almost got that mastered. Okay, I lied. There's the other Bolo partition. I'm up here in the front, by the way, and the back of the new storage area. They're also going to be putting a catch basin right down here in this corner, because all the water, when it rains, it flows this way. This is sloped, and it flows all over into that corner right there. They temporarily put a hole in the bottom of the wall to get the water out. Works just fine, but they're going to put an actual catch basin, something similar to what we have here in the front, but even lower, so it'll actually get the water and get it out of here. And yeah, they finished up the front wall, except they do have to come in and skim coat the very tops of the columns and then put another coat of paint. I think they're going to put one more coat of paint on the wall. So the wall, front wall, for all intents and purposes, is done, with the exception of that little bit of skim coating at the top. This Bolo screen is done, except they've got to come in and put some paint. They've got it primed. They've got to come in and put some paint on the metal, and they're going to apply a coat of varnish, not varnish, but like a polyurethane coat that's meant for outside. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, on this bamboo to kind of help it last longer. So the other side's still green. They got to wait for that to turn brown before they can do that. So yeah, that's it. We're going to stop it right here and get this vlog up so you can kind of see the start of this little storeroom. The good, the bad, the Philippines.